I will be brutally honest. Ain't nothing but being brutally honest. Coming at you with another video.
What is up, everybody, man? Let's welcome my special guest. He is from a podcast called Whistle Gang Podcast. Brad, bro, how's it going, bro?
Good, man. Glad to be here. Shout out to my other Whistle Gang guys, but happy to be here, ready to talk some 49er football, man.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah, bro. It's an off season. I know it's a rough start from last year, bro. It was one of those fluky years, which I think it was a fluke year, but now they're saying, oh, there's a rebuild, man. Like, what is going on with these people, man?
Oh, they're crazy. Like I said, the national media, it's a lull time for them. They don't have anything else to talk about, you know what I mean? Except obviously this weekend with the tournament starting, but before now, it's baseballs and preseason. Basketball to me doesn't start until April when the playoffs start. So there's really nothing to talk about there. And football's over. So what do you have to do? What does everybody care about? Football. So what do you got to do? You got to make up stories. You got to come up with different things, different scenarios. And one is that the 49ers in rebuild mode. It's straight bull crap.
There isn't quite much in free agency. It's been pretty quiet, but the only thing that's exciting for me is the Lakers, man. That's all I could be excited for. That's all I could be excited for. Like, there ain't much to talk about Niners. I mean, baseball. Who's talking about the Giants, bro? Ain't nobody talking about them as much.
No. But I think there is some exciting stuff to talk about with 49ers football. Like, we were just talking off camera. We got 4 picks in the top 100. That's pretty exciting, especially with the things that were going on. If you were a follower of our show or just me in general, I said all last season before the season started that it was its last year with the team constructed the way that it was. And for us to be in the position that we are now with everybody leaving, us not signing anybody of significance, this is exactly what I said was going to happen. So it's just normal to me, or feels normal.
Yeah, you get at least 4 of the top 100 picks at least, so you have a chance to at least get some good players out of it. And even what John Lynch said best, man, if you can build this to the draft, that's what we need to do. Let these young guys play, which the previous years we've given less opportunities for these young guys, and it's kind of been a wasted draft pick for other guys that we did in the past. Like, you had guys like Danny Gray and quite a few other guys who should have got opportunities but never were given because too many veterans were in the way.
Correct. But I don't know if I'll use Danny Gray as an example, but I know what you mean.
No, I mean, it's not like on him, but it's like it's hard to like play a guy when you have other veterans playing over him. So it's like,
yeah, but I think Danny Gray was drafted for Trey because Danny Gray was just the speedster. He was drafted to run the 99, and Trey Lance with his big arm was supposed to be the guy that throw him the 99.
The running backs we kept hitting to missing, man. They were just like no shirt thing. Like Trey Sermon, don't get me wrong, the pick was pretty interesting, but it didn't work out because he didn't fit the system. He just wasn't a fit.
Correct. And he did pretty solid last year with the Colts. He's with the Colts, Trey Sermon. He had a good year last year when he was the backup. But he had a good year last year. He just like
Womack?
No, Sherman, Trey.
Oh, Sherman Trey. Oh,
Trey Sherman.
No, but we've hit a lot. We kind of missed on a lot of draft picks. But look at Samuel Womack, bro. He did pretty well for the Colts now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, could we have played him? I don't know, man. But he was a good special teamer, I'll say.
Yeah, but like you said, I mean, you can't. I mean, you can't keep everybody. Some guys ain't fit the system. The sad part about the defense is that, I mean, it's changed defensive coordinators the last 3 years. So those guys couldn't get acclimated to one system, learning that one system, and now showing what they really could do. You know what I mean? But like now, hopefully with Salah back, Green and Mustafa, and those young guys back there, hopefully Brown could finally show up, but they could get used to the system because hopefully Salah's not going anywhere.
Yeah, we're gonna bring in some guys who will fit the system, or at least be some guys that we're comfortable with. I mean, free agency, it wasn't too flashy. I know some people didn't like the idea that we brought in a backup tight end with $20 million, man. I know that's not the most sexiest pickup. I know we could have got other tight ends in the free agency, but no, they want to get a blocking specialist, which kind of replaces what Charlie Warner did a couple years ago.
I thought it was weird. I think it got even more weird for me when they brought back Juice.
Oh, yeah.
Farrell was supposed to be almost like the Juice replacement.
It seemed like it.
And then they brought back Juice and then re-signed Mason. So it was kind of weird to me, that whole triangle of moves. But they have a plan. They said they have a plan. I'm sure they have a plan. And what they're doing is executing that plan.
Yeah. Trading Mason was probably because of the contract reason, because he was going to be a third running back because they like Garendo more and they didn't want to pay Mason this type of money. And
you think they like Garendo more?
They seem to like him more because Kyle seemed more impressed, and usually when Kyle likes a certain player, he gives him more opportunities. But have you seen how he treats Mason, bro? Like, even one little critical mistake, he's on the doghouse. Like, I don't know why. I don't get it. He's good.
Well, that's Kyle, period. But man, the money that it was pretty much the same contract Juice got. It's the same contract Mason got. I would have just paid Mason, kept Mason. Mason was leading the league last year until he got hurt.
Yeah, he was.
He was leading the league in rushing until he got hurt. I would have keep Mason. You never know with CMC. You just never know with CMC. I would keep Mason, and then now you would have a two-headed monster, even though they wouldn't use Mason once CMC got back, or to use anybody. They're gonna run CMC into the ground. But I mean, I would have kept Mason. I would have kept Mason.
I would have kept them, but at that price, I don't think they were willing to do that. And then I mean, you look at the running back guys we got. Like, we just got this one kid last season off waivers, Israel Abanaconda. I've heard good tape on this kid, so maybe we're onto something.
He won't get any burn because you know what I mean. Kyle will run CMC into the ground, unfortunately, and then Guerrero after that. He's not one to mix up the backs, use two back systems, any of that kind of stuff. But the kid you're talking about is nice. Actually, if you remember maybe 3 seasons ago when the Jets were on Hard Knocks, he was the standout in Hard Knocks.
He was. So before he got injured.
Correct. And so when we picked him up, I was actually excited about it, but he would never see the field. Maybe a special teamer. Obviously, he's going to get a lot of carries in spring training and all the camps, but he'll never see the field with us just because the way Kyle operates that offense. It's CMC. And that's it. If CMC wants to come out, then Guerrero will now go in for a play or two. And then that's CMC right back in the game.
I mean, CMC is going to get majority of the snaps regardless, but Guerendo's going to get some here and there, but it's not like – I mean, you see a lot of Guerendo and you want to see more.
Correct. I mean, he's a speedster, especially long distance. So he gets to the hole, he gets to the edge. It's almost like Mozart back in 19. He gets to that edge or anything like that, he should be gone. He'll be gone.
Yeah, he gives me that Raheem Mostert vibes because of the speed, but he's just more of a bulky, tall version of him. Just think of him bigger as Mostert, or maybe bigger than Elijah Mitchell, but just the same skill set but faster.
Yeah, Elijah Mitchell. What a disappointment.
Yeah, it is. But I agree with this certain individual. As much as we all want this guy gone, I don't think it's going to happen. I think part of the problem is this coaching staff is too blind Chris Forrester must still be on I'm going to say the Coca-Cola. I don't want to be inappropriate to the channel, but I want to say Coca-Cola. He must be on the Coca-Cola.
Yeah, Brendel's not going anywhere.
He ain't going nowhere, man.
Yeah, he's not going nowhere. Just like get it out the way, Jake Moody is not going anywhere. He's not
either
going
competition, but I don't think he's getting cut. That's the crazy
He's not
part.
getting cut. He has a ton of talent. Unfortunately, he's missed some kicks, and last year they blame it on the injury. For a lot of people who don't know, I was, and now I'm back in. I am the president of the Jake Moody fan club. I'm a huge Jake Moody fan. I think he could win us some games. I think he brings that long distance Aubrey from the Cowboys.
Just that consistency is the problem.
He's
kind of been off his game a little
correct.
bit.
So I'm hoping he's going through, I don't know, some psychotherapy this offseason, something, getting healthy. Fans need to leave him alone. Just let him come get practice. I'm sure they're bringing some competition in camp for him. But he will be our kicker, and we need to support him. And he needs to make kicks. Simple as that. I think he'll have a very short leash, though. He'll have a very short leash.
Well, competition, it's going to either get him cut or not. I mean, I don't get how you got to favorite this guy. I think he's just staying because they don't want to admit they're wrong on this pick. But you saw what Tampa Bay did when they drafted that kicker in the second round, and then the following year he got cut. Yeah. Come on, man.
Moody's straight. Moody has talent. Moody has talent. He has talent.
Oh, let's answer this question by my boy Grandizer. Do you think this is a good draft for the 49ers to clean house from old players on both sides of the ball or solely on offense or defense? I think it is for defensive line. You have a weak spot on the defensive line mostly. So if you're 29 against the run, right? Well, this is the best class to get a good defensive line talent, and that can fix it. I mean, you can get 3 of these guys.
Yeah, so we probably have currently right now the worst defensive line in the league. That D-line room is the worst. It's literally Bosa and me and you. I mean, there's nobody signed on the roster on the D-line right now. But yes, this is a clean house scenario situation off season. Obviously, we're getting ready to pay Brock, which is a big part of it. But they're resetting the financial cap and everything like that. If you go back to what the Rams did in 2023, it's the same thing pretty much. They got rid of everybody. Remember, they traded Ramsey for draft picks. Aaron Donald retired. I forgot who else they got rid of, but essentially
they got rid of Ramsey. They traded him.
Yeah, no, they traded Ramsey. Donald retired. It was somebody else or something like that.
Donald retired the following year. He retired the following season.
But at the same time, they were able to go in that draft and go get all the guys that they have right now, including last year's draft they hit on. And now look at them. I mean, that kid out of Florida State, they should have beat the Eagles in the first round.
You're talking about that Jarrett Verse and Braden Fitz. They drafted those two guys together, which was a successful pick on that spot. So the Niners approach in the draft, this is how I would draft if I was John Lynch. If you're going to go defensive line, go get his running mate from the same school with him. Get the guy he works well with. Like, let's say we get Walter Nolan, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if we get Walter Nolan, let's get Princely in the second round or Jarrett Ivy. Whoever the one from Ole Miss, get this guy.
Yeah. But I don't think – you think they go D-line at 11? I don't think so.
So let's say we don't go D-line. What do you think outside position do you think we're going to go with? I mean –
I think the pick has to be is it Banks or Blanks, the tackle out of Texas?
Oh, and Calvin Banks.
I think it has to be Calvin Banks. You put him at right tackle, start from day one, and then when Trent's ready to retire in a year or two, he goes to left tackle. I was hoping that they signed Mekhi Becton in free agency, which they didn't. See, I would have loved to put him at left guard, right next to Trent. He could learn next to Trent and maybe go back to his natural position of tackle. And then obviously still got Banks at the right tackle. But even though without Becton there, I think O-line, we need help. We got to protect Brock. We're going to pay Brock all this money. You got to protect him. So I think you draft Banks. He plays right tackle for a year or two to transfer. He retired, and he slides over to left. I wouldn't be mad at the tackle from Missouri as well. But I think it has to be one of those guys, unless some crazy thing happens and somebody falls to us at 11. But I think it needs to be a tackle at that position, at that slot.
If it's a Minbu, I'm taking him. I don't know. Like Banks, I'm hearing that he's projected to play guard the next level, which he's supposed to be a tackle. But when I'm looking at tackle, I'm looking at a guy with good arms and good movements and all that. And Banks just he's okay. He's not bad, but it's just like I want a guy who can play tackle right off the bat.
I mean, I know you got to translate to the pros, but I mean, he started as a true freshman at Texas, came in and started as a true freshman, left tackle, and he played all 4 years. But I wouldn't be mad at the Missouri kid. They say he actually has like the best fundamentals out of the tackles in the draft.
I mean, he's a serviceable starter for any team who wants a starting tackle. I mean, who needs a tackle? I would say he could be a starter or play guard. I mean, I get what you're saying. It would be a good situation for him to play behind Trent, but from my understanding, I get word from one of the guys, one of the guys that plays, and my boy Burford told me that there's going to be competition at the guard spot between him and Barch and quite a few other guys. He told me via message that's what's going to happen. Yeah. But I don't know what to believe, bro. But it seems like the front office wants to get Barch and Burford chances to compete for that spot,
which is good. And we need Burford to step up and play, but they still would need to sign some depth and probably a starter, because right now you just have Trent at left, Jake at center.
I agree,
and that's it.
No, but there's like you got Pooney at that guard spot.
Oh, you got Pooney. Oh, my bad. Yeah, Pooney's at the right. I'm bugging. Pooney's at right guard. You're saying Buford and them for the left guard, and that's what I'm saying. So now we draft a tackle to put at the right tackle spot, which I'm still not happy about that line. I still think it needs more, and hopefully a late roster cut or something.
We need a center.
There's still guys out there. Yeah, you need a center to compete. I mean, and there's still guys out there. The third wave, I guess, at this point of free agency.
Yeah, third wave.
There's still a lot of guys out there. Yeah. I'm thinking what they're waiting to do. They want to get the Brock stuff done, and then I think we'll start to see the third wave of guys.
We'll start to see how that plays out. We'll probably go with some depth guys mostly, but you look at our only chances of Brendel getting replaced is Matt Hennessy, bro, because we signed him to we signed him towards before free agency or before the end of the season. We signed Hennessy, and he's a center, so he might be our best shot at playing center at this point. Because I don't think we're going to draft a center. Hopefully, I'm wrong.
I mean, you never know. We got 11 picks, 4 in the top 100. I mean, we might not draft one high, but maybe we take one in the 6th round.
8-3 or something, yeah.
In the 5th round or something like that. I mean, you just never know.
There is that center I like from Boston College, Drew Kendall. I don't know if he'll be available, but he's pretty good. Well, I want to answer this question since we haven't really okay. So so how do you grade the Niners in free agency moves? Do you think the Niners are finished, or any rumors you've heard may have catch steam? At the moment, I have to say it's a C, because we're not signing nobody flashy. We're playing it smart.
Mm-hmm.
A C is pretty much like, you know what, you're not messing up. You're doing okay. You're not trying to hurt your team in any other way. So I would say a solid C would be my honest opinion. But until the draft kicks in, maybe I'll change it to a B or higher.
Well, I mean, if we're talking just free agency, I mean, I would say an F. But if we're talking off season as a whole, I would say incomplete, because obviously the draft, and then we, like I said, I think we still have a bunch of moves in us. They just haven't happened yet because they want to get the Brock stuff done. But if we're just talking free agency to this point, then I would say an F. I think there was, like I said, I don't. What does Juice do? Yes, he's a fan favorite. I like Juice. Yeah. But what does he really do for the team? Why bring Juice back? Even if we don't bring Mason back, that's $8-7 million, whatever it was, that we could use toward, just like we talked about, O-line depth piece, D-line. There's cheap D-line guys out there. I mean, those are the type of things I'm like, that has me scratching my head. Like,
Yeah.
why bring back Juice and sign the tight end? Like, okay, we signed the tight end. It is what it is. But now we don't need Juice back. What does he do? We're not going to run I-form formation and say, go get the linebacker Juice. You know what I mean?
No, I mean, there's like, I mean, I agree on what you're saying. We didn't quite address a lot, but I feel like the one important thing we addressed that you probably wouldn't notice is the special teams, bro. It's that bad. So
we did address.
I'm giving it a C because special teams was something we never cared for. I mean, okay, we got ourselves a 1-year deal with a cornerback, right? We got safeties. That's nice to have safety depth. Dude, secondary was one of those spots that we had to get to improve in those areas. And yeah, so defensive line is incomplete for me. Offensive line just needs a little work. The backup quarterback, that kind of gives me a bonus. This is why I give it a C. Because you got yourself a reliable backup quarterback. Like last season, we suffered. We could have won a couple of games. You know what? Those 3 or 4 games last season could have been won by special teams.
Yeah, we had like the worst special teams in the league last year. I think we did actually, but we did sign.
That's
we
why
signed
I give
like
it a C.
the number 1 PFF available free agency guy, the linebacker. Can't think of his name for free agency. Obviously, we signed Pinson from the Giants safety, who actually he'll play on the defense as well. He's a blitzing safety.
Yeah.
But we did get better special team wise. Don't we still need a punter?
We're probably going to add competition. Like, it's not out of the picture. We're going to add a kicker. We're going to add a punter. But if you look at the bright side, of what's going on, dude, at least we're replacing certain spots. I mean, come on. Tabor Pepper just got released to an old snapper from the Texans.
Which was kind of crazy, though, because you talk about fan favorites. He's a fan favorite. That's my guy. I don't know why they released him.
Okay, but if you think about it, bro, like, okay, like I get where you're coming from. I feel like the D-line address is something we'll probably get into the draft, but I would say that's an incomplete grade for me. But looking at the offensive line, I feel like they might have just have something in store. Like, okay, getting the tight end like Farrell kind of, it's a head scratching for me, but I kind of get it now because you want a blocking specialist and he's not your typical wide receiving tight end. So it doesn't rule out the possibility we can still draft a tight end. Who knows? Best available. Let's say we get Mason Taylor. Then does that change everything? I don't think so. They might just let Taylor be a receiving tight end more than just a blocker.
Mason Taylor would be a good pickup. Where is he projected to go around?
I think he's supposed to be like in between 2nd or 3rd round, but I don't think we're going to get one. But let's say he's available somewhere in the 3rd. Maybe we take him. But Niners like to go with best available, so it's possible.
Yeah. So, but the only thing that scares me about addressing the D-line, like the whole D-line in the draft, is Drake Jackson. You know what I mean? Like, you come in, these guys, and they're just not ready for the next level. Like, I'd rather have proven guys who know that we know can compete on the NFL stage. I wouldn't want to throw out Bosa and 3 rookies on the line. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's kind of like how you look at these guys. Okay, like sure, we lost Trey Greenlaw, but can we replace what he does? It's gonna take some time, but are you really kind of banking on D. Winters, which he didn't get a chance to prove because of Devondre Campbell? Like, now that they're letting him actually get more opportunities, man, you may be surprised. Maybe D. Winters becomes as good as maybe not. He may not be as good as Greenlaw, but he might just feel good. He might fill the spot good enough to where you're okay without Greenlaw.
Yeah, if you remember, he was having the best camp of any 49er player last year. From the mini camps all the way through, I don't know why I want to say spring training, thinking of baseball, but preseason, he was having the best. And I think he got a little nicked up, banged up, and then obviously the Campbell, and then he just started, and then he barely played. But yeah, I'm excited to see Winters. He's a thumper as well. He's a thumper.
So as far as linebacker, I don't think Jahad Campbell will be in the 2nd round, but if he is, I would not hesitate to just draft him because You watch this guy's tape; he's everywhere on the field. Him and Fred Warner would be a nice combination, but I don't think he's gonna be there. I think he's either going to be like a mid-first round, or maybe he might move up draft boards because he's very athletic and he can blitz and do all kinds of stuff. So this may be a sleeper. This may be a surprise. Maybe Niners surprise people and go get the linebacker from Alabama because he's kind of been projected to maybe be top 10.
I would be disappointed if we took a linebacker at 11. Now, if we traded back to the 19, 20, 21, 22 or something like that, picked up some more assets and did something like that, then I would be okay.
Yeah, I get that part too, but I'm hoping we don't go early on a linebacker because there's a few linebackers we can get like maybe day 3 or something that's worth it. Like that kid from Oregon. There's a kid from California, Teddy Buchanan's another one, and you got my boy Danny Stutzman from Oklahoma. He's a baller. That would be a good one to get. I mean, there's other guys. Even that kid from Texas, I forget how you pronounce his name, David Ganinda or something.
Yeah, there's a bunch. I think that pick at 11 has to be O-line or an edge rusher. It has to be one of the two. But I think I prefer O-line tackle.
Yeah. I kind of agree with Rick Diaz is saying, bro. Like, I don't like when Niners draft every year. They get these guys from college, they grabbing them, and then they don't use them. Like, I feel like there's some guys they underutilize or they don't ever play, bro. Like, what's the point of drafting them? Is Kyle really obsessed with someone? Then he realizes it doesn't work and just gets rid of it.
Yeah, but I think that has changed a little bit though. If you go back to last year, you got obviously Ronaldo Green played a lot. Mustafa played a lot. Obviously Pooney started from day one. Something with my camera. But yeah, I think it's changed. I think those guys want to get the guys back in there. And I think that's changed. I think the guys they draft this year will play, and they will play if they earn the spot. Simple as that.
Yeah, better be fair competition because now they don't have no excuses for these young talent. Now this is a chance for them to go all in on the draft because this is a chance to see how you draft these guys. Because last year it was a good draft. We did pretty well. We got some starters. I mean, we made the most out of that draft pick. Can we do it again? It's not impossible. Like, if we could hit on like 4 or 5 starters or maybe 6, that'd be nice. But I don't think we're going to get all this amount of starters, bro. We're going to get some guys we can maybe develop down the road where they can be starters. But I think if we get 4 or 5 starters right off the bat and get a nice quality depth for those next 5 to 6 other guys, then that's cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Slick Rick played last year too. Obviously, I mean, he got hurt, so it took him until he got shot. So it took him some time to get on the field.
Yeah, I think Ricky's going to be good.
Slick Rick played. Guerrero played. All those guys were drafted last year. The whole draft class last year pretty much played.
Yeah, I think that's how it's going to be because now we're going to see what these guys are made of. We even got Jacob Cowan, who might even get more opportunities now because
he played too.
We've been lacking some big play abilities, and what Cowan does, he gives you that big plays.
Yeah, but I think a lot of that it came from BA getting hurt. I think BA was our big play guy. And when he got hurt, the whole offense and everything changed. I know a lot of people, it was a big discussion on our podcast every week after the first couple of weeks after he got paid. Oh, he's selfish. He sucks. He's not the same. He wasn't in camp, blah, 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 blah. If you watch the film and see what BA does, BA was the whole whatever you want to piece to the offense. He was the guy who took on the double team, which led the middle of the field open for Kittle. He was the guy who had the double team, which was able to allow Debo to have the one-on-one. I mean, he did a whole lot that the whole offense had to switch up and change, and Brock had to go and look at different things, and Kyle had to switch things up. BA is a major piece. He obviously had a major injury. I was there at the game when he got hurt. I don't expect him back probably until week 5. I think he'll miss probably the first 4 weeks of the season. or 4 or 6, whatever the rule is. But
yeah, because he's going to be gone for a while. But we did sign Robinson, but he's going to be possibly suspended. So that's even insane. It's like,
yeah, correct. But I think BA unlocks so much to this offense that people don't realize until he got hurt, and even then, everybody still wants to get on him and call him this and that and the third. BA is the man. He's a true number one receiver, and I think when he gets back, he'll show it.
Well, he's gonna have until maybe the end of the season he'll start to shake off the rust, but it will take him at least another year to go back to what he was. He might just be okay for this season, but if he can build on to next year where he can be fully back at the way he was, then the sky's the limit for him. But speaking of these drafts, because I'm excited about draft season. I'm always looking for that one guy I like, but if I can ever pick a prospect that I love so much that I'm pounding the table for, I'm hoping that they get this guy. But who would you want? Who would be that guy?
I don't know. To be honest, you know who I really like? And this is probably I think projected 5th, 6th round. And I'm going to forget his name right now, but I think it's Robinson. So I'm a huge Nebraska fan.
Ooh, Ty Robinson. Oh, man, that guy.
My D tackle
right there.
Yeah, my D tackle out of Nebraska, Ty Robinson. He moves the line, big run stuffer. Reminds me of like a DJ Jones.
He kind of gives me a little bit of that vibes of Braden Fisk last year.
There you go.
You like that he's a good run stopper because DJ Jones is a stout, so I can see where you're coming from. But I see a little bit of Braden Fisk with that motor.
Yeah. But I mean, he'll be available 5th, 6th round. I would love him. I would love to grab him.
Yeah. If there was a certain player that I would pound the table for, because I feel like this guy, I don't even know if we're going to get this guy or not, but if it happens, which I think it's possible, like if there's a player I really like, man, it would be the kid from LSU, Mason Taylor. I don't know, just like his game. I feel like him and Kittle would be a nice complementary, man. Like if you can just get Kittle another tight end to complement him, then he can retire down the road, I'd be happy with that. But if there was a late round guy that I would be happy for, I would say for a late round guy, I think he should be the 3rd round. But if it was like 4th round or maybe he's available, I mean, this kid, I'll say this, man, this kid's a sleeper. But I would pound the table for him because he kind of stands out in the Senior Bowl. He did everything. Like I even had him on my show. Mm-hmm. David Walker is a different kind of player, bro. Like he plays at a small school, but this dude makes like opposing offensive linemen look like nothing, dude. Like they can't block this guy. He's a stout runner. He's good against the run. He could disrupt everything, bro. I don't care about his height, bro. What is he? 6'1", 6 foot, 260, bro. But he can push people. That's what I want. He's like a James Harrison. He modeled his game after James Harrison.
Out of what school?
Central Arkansas, dude. This dude, his nickname was the Terminator, bro. Dude, like his videos, bro. Like if you watch the Senior Bowl or the practices, bro, it was like light work for this guy.
Killed it.
Yeah, you got to see that video, bro. You got to see some of the Senior Bowl stuff, and you got to see when KJ Wright was just running right towards over there, and kind of just excited for the way he kind of played. Dude, in that Senior Bowl game, I think he had 2 sacks, bro. That Senior Bowl game, he had 2 sacks, bro. He was disrupting, bro. Even in practice, bro, he was just too much.
Definitely.
Everybody was talking about Mike Green, right? Everybody was talking about Mike Green, but, dude, David Walker was hands down the better performer.
Definitely keep my eye on him for the draft then.
Yeah, I'm going to have to show you that tape, man. You got to watch the tape of David Walker. That dude, I mean, sure, he may be short and stocky, but, man, this guy's a good run stopper. This guy could disrupt plays and all that. I like that he actually had 30 total. I think he had 33 sacks in college. And he was the Buck Buchanan Award winner. He was like that conference defensive player of the year. dominated, bro. Like he modeled his game after Brendan Graham and James Harrison. Those are not big guys, man. Those are like guys that are stocky and make up for that.
Correct. It's all about the leverage on that D line.
Yeah, that would be my kind of I guess you could say the crush, which I think is possible. I would say that's the possibility. Not just because I interview the kid, but it's because the more I watch him, I'm like, dude, this guy's really good.
Sweet.
I've never felt this excited about a player that I even interview, bro. Usually I'm just cool with interviewing everybody else, but this guy, the more I watch his video, I'm like, bro, we got to get this guy.
Put his ass in the bay.
Yeah. But I feel like the way how we got to improve our red zone better, because I think that's been our problem in the red zone, especially the offensive line. And I think when we run at the 5-yard line, that's when we were kind of dead last.
Shit, we were second to last on third and 3 and short.
Yeah,
third and 3 or less. We were like the second to last team, which goes back to my point of what's juice for. Like, we don't have that type of smash mouth offense. So what do we need juice for? So I don't know, but that O-line has to get better, has to get more push. But I think CMC will help with those kind of things like that, being able to get a yard or two and different things like that.
Yeah.
And Trent was gone for a lot of the year as well, especially towards the back end. So running behind Trent obviously makes a difference if he comes back hungry, healthy, and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't think the offense is the issue, like you said, but I think it's the red zone because we kind of just get too unpredictable. I mean, before we were pretty good in the red zone, but now we're just like second worst or something. It's like, man, the percentage just goes down. Like we can move down the field, but we have to settle for field goals. But even if we settle for field goals, our kicker misses.
Some of it, though, is Kyle. A lot of it goes on to Kyle. Like, he wants to try to fake the defense and stuff, but he's really messing himself up. Like, it's like, bro, we just ran the ball down their throat. Just keep running it, just like you did in the NFC Championship game on Mostert. They couldn't stop it. Why switch up? Just keep going. Keep doing what works. Just keep doing what you know what works. Let's not switch it up. Let's not try to get too cute, too fancy, or anything like that.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious on what kind of form, but I don't think just because I thought when we got rid of Juszczyk, I thought we were going to change the formation, but now it's just they're still going to do the motion.
Correct.
I feel like the most creative part about Kyle is you don't have Debo, so what kind of other pieces are you going to use on this offense? Because you don't have that checker piece. You don't have that chess piece or whatever it is.
I almost would disagree with that. I didn't like Debo taking carries away from the running backs. But I think they foresight, they drafted Slick Rick with the thought in the mind of Debo, it being Debo's last year with the team. And I think Slick Rick in the slot is going to destroy whatever Debo did for us. I think he's a better natural wide receiver for that slot position for us. I think he's going to kill it in that slot. I mean, once you get a healthy BA, you got BA out there, you got him in the slot, and third and Juwan on the other side or something like that. And then I guess Robinson, and then you throw Counting in there, and I'm sure they're going to draft a receiver or something. Like, I'm not against the wide receiver room with a healthy BA because I think Slick Rick takes the next step this year.
Yeah, he can beat man coverage and all the other stuff. So
correct. So I think he's going to be Wes Walker like something like that. A lot of catches in the slot, 5-6 yards, some yak after that. But yeah, I think he's going to get busy this year in the slot.
Yeah, I could see like how they play out. Like, you know, like in this offense, I think we could still get another wide receiver, but I don't. If I'm being honest, I probably think maybe day 3 would probably be the best way to get it. Maybe 5th round, you can get a wide receiver. You don't have to take the risk on this guy. But if we were to go for a wide receiver, you want to go with somebody a little more explosive and do a little more. I mean, but if you want to go back to the basics, like how you missed Debo, you might want to go with the kid from TCU, or there's this running back who actually does everything from SMU, I believe, Brashard Smith or something.
Mm-hmm.
That's another guy on that offense, but there's different ways how you can do that. I mean, if you want to go with another good wide receiver that can get you something different, Torrey Horton would probably be another option, maybe day 3.
I like Torrey Horton. But there's also, like we talked about with the free agency, there's still some veteran guys out there. I mean, I wouldn't want him or anything like that in the team, and he's coming off injury, but like Stephon Diggs is out there. There's big guys out there. I mean, there's some names still out there on the wide receiver market that's available.
I mean, there's some still out there. It's just like, we missed out on that Ravens receiver, the one that just signed with the Bears. Forget his name, but he was on the Ravens.
I don't know who signed with the Bears and the Ravens.
No, he was on the Ravens, but I think he was on the Jaguars, but he was released. He was like their special teamer receiver, but he had like what's his name? Duvernay, whatever his name is.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, he kind of gives you some returnability also. But DeAndre Carter was signed somewhere else, but he could have been a nice returner.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't have been mad at Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, Cooper Kupp for a veteran wide receiver who can just be like your slot receiver, it wouldn't be a bad choice.
Right.
But we went with Robinson.
Yeah, we went with Robinson.
Which he isn't too bad. He was a red zone for the Rams all season. I mean, he actually kind of made some important plays, and that's where the Rams actually beat us. Like, there was that game we should have won, but the Rams were able to capitalize because Robinson kind of just stepped up and played his best game. That Seattle game, he made that catch in overtime and won the game. And then that game against the Philadelphia Eagles in the playoffs, he was pretty much their best receiver that game.
Yeah, he's solid. I mean, he's good. Obviously they're probably going to address it in the draft, but I think there is a possibility to still sign a veteran, especially if BA is not going to be ready to start the year.
Yeah, we're going to probably add another guy. Maybe, like you said, another veteran, or maybe just get another rookie. So as far as a wide receiver, which wide receiver you like in this draft class that you might be okay with if Niners were to draft him?
I'm not sure where he's projected to go, but I like Jimmy Horn out of Colorado.
Oh, yeah, he's another small body receiver, but he can make some nice big plays. I think he's projected to maybe be at day 3, maybe 5th to 6th round, if I'm mistaken.
I like his game. I like him. That's off the top of my head, that's the first one that comes to mind. But yeah,
Jalen Royal's another guy that comes to my head. Jalen Royal, I like.
Yeah.
The two Iowa State receivers I kind of like also because I think this one may be a surprise because I usually like the big receiver guy. But the more I watch Noel play, the more I just like him, even though he's not that big of a wide receiver.
Yeah, and I mean, I wouldn't mind one of the that fast Texas wide receiver.
Is it like Matthew Golden or Isaiah Bond?
I think it's Bond. Golden is the overall better one. I think Bond is the fast one.
Yeah, Bond is considered. Actually, he kind of said something about running a fast 40. He didn't even back it up. He ran like a 4.39.
Yeah.
Actually, Golden runs faster.
Okay, so then it's Golden then. But those guys are good too.
Yeah, either one you can't go wrong. They even got their running back named Jaden Blue who runs a 4.3 if not faster.
Correct. He was nice too.
Yeah, there's a lot of good options. Even that kid, I think the one who ran the fast 40 for a wide receiver was the kid from Tennessee, Dante Thornton or something. He's pretty fast.
Yeah. He's fast.
6'5" also. Damn, 6'5", 205 pounds or something.
That's what so I wouldn't mind adding a guy like that that's just different, big, speed, Xavier Worthy-ish, something like that. And Kyle be able to use his imagination to get him open and get him the ball.
Oh, yeah, for sure, man. We'll definitely get more ideas of what to expect. But I think like you said, it would be like an F for you, but incomplete. But I think it's kind of a C because if you kind of address the other areas that we kind of lost most games, like special teams, I got to give it at least a solid point. Like I would say for special teams, they get an A for going that route. Secondary, I would say if they're going from the secondary spot, I would say like a B. But if you look at the other spots, okay, like backup quarterback, a damn A+. I can't say no to that. I mean, wide receiver, it's a shocker, a B because Robinson. Okay, you replace Debo with Robinson, right? Kind of. That's where I kind of go with the C for right now because it seems like it's reasonable. Like defensive line, I say incomplete. Offensive line, I give it a D because there's something they can still address it.
You have to.
Yeah, and coaching staff, that's a super A plus, bro. You. So that's why I say it's a C overall right now. So I give it a solid C for right now.
Yeah, coaching staff definitely a big time upgrade, which we needed. Got rid of some guys, brought in some new energy. So definitely A plus on the coaching staff.
And I think as far as our schedule, even this is a perfect time to retool. So I think this is a chance for us to still make the playoffs regardless of what happens.
Let me see that. The easy schedule. So we are playing a 4th place schedule.
Yeah.
The NFL is a year-to-year league. So I can agree with that. Like you just never know. But shit, the schedule is pretty easy.
But we don't know how it's going to play.
Based off last year's stuff, no free agency, no draft or nothing. The schedule is set up for us to win at least 10 games, be fighting for a wild card spot. Because I don't think we're the favorite right now. The Rams have to be the favorite in the division.
Yeah, because they got the most talent right now. And
correct.
they're
But I think with that schedule, 9-10 games is a given.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that, man. I think that's what everybody's going to say is the Rams are obviously the favorite, but that's good for them because then they got more pressure and we don't have to worry about the pressure. Usually when we have no pressure, we have more to prove.
Yeah, but there's going to be a lot of pressure on Brock. Once that breaking news comes through that he's gotten paid, it's going to be pressure on Brock because you got a lot of people don't think he could or should get paid. He's a paid quarterback, so now he's on him to perform.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, but as far as like you're realistic, like how do you feel the contract for Brock would be? How do you feel is like what's a fair contract and what do you think what's gonna happen? Like, do you think he's gonna be in a long-term contract or you think he's gonna be on a 3-year contract or you think they're gonna let him play out his rookie contract and just franchise tag him the following year?
No, they're not gonna do that. But I'm not sure if you've heard my stands on this. I actually would not pay Brock Purdy. I wouldn't pay any quarterback.
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen you said something like that. You said that you like him, but you wouldn't want to pay him that kind of money. There's a difference.
Yeah, I wouldn't pay any quarterback, not just Brock. So this is not a specific Brock. I think the NFL, this is an NFL problem that to where if you pay the quarterback, now you can't pay everybody else. It's stupid to me.
That's true.
It's outrageous the amount of money that they get paid.
They take a lot of the cap
making $60 million a year. Now the Cowboys can't pay anybody. The whole team is screwed up. I like having a great team. I like having all pros at every level of the defense, every level of the offense. You can build around them. So, and then now once you pay a Brock, you can't keep the Greenlaws. You can't keep the Hufangas. You can't keep the Adam Banks because you got that money has to go to Brock. And to me, that's stupid. So I wouldn't pay any quarterback, but being that he is our quarterback and I'm not against him, I do think they believe in him and he will get a 4 or 5 year deal. He's not going to play out on a rookie deal. He's not going to hold out if it's not done by then, which I think it'll be done way before then.
I hope it gets done because this will be dramatic if it leads on to it, but who knows? But like,
it should have been done already. The plan was supposed for it to be done before free agency started, so that we knew what type of money we had to work with. And for the fact that it wasn't done, that does give me a little like, oh, what's going on? But they obviously, in the media, they're saying don't worry about it. But personally, I wouldn't pay Brock or any quarterback. But I think he's going to get a long-term deal. It'll probably be in the $50 million range, $48 to $52 million range on like a 4 or 5 year deal.
Well, hopefully, man. I hope that is what it is, bro. So we'll definitely find out how that plays out. But hey, man, we'll definitely need to catch up some other time, man. Maybe I need to go on your show. You need to make me get on your appearance on your show.
Yeah, definitely. You're welcome anytime. We definitely got to come on in and talk about the draft, bring your draft expertise to the Whistle Gang podcast. But yeah, man, we definitely going to continue the dialogue and everything like that, whether it's on my show or we right here on your show.
Oh, yeah, for sure, bro. We can chop it up any other time. It's just, a lot of things got to get going. So, the off season is just getting a little quiet right now, but things will start popping very soon. But,
yeah, 4 weeks to the draft. It's a month away, I think, as of today.
Yeah, right? And for those people who don't know where your platform is on YouTube, man, tell people where they can find your YouTube or your other platform.
Yup. So make sure you follow the Whistle Gang Podcast on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. Whistle Gang Podcast on all social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. And I'm Ferb. You can follow me right there. It's FURB, and it's 2 underscores on all platforms.
Oh yeah, for sure. And we'll definitely need to chop it up on your show. I need to get even with you on that one. But yeah, bro, it's a lot of fun. I can go on with this, but I gotta go do some other things right now. I don't want to hold up my wife. It's like all that stuff goes on with all that other stuff. But yeah, dude, I'm all Niners all day.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you having me on the show, man.
Oh yeah, for sure, bro. And for everybody else, thank you guys for tuning in.